Should the Chicago Bears fire Matt Nagy in season? It's almost too easy of a question. But I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why. And it starts right now. If you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. This is the only channel that's talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us. So we have heard the rumors come out that Matt Nagy is not only on the hot seat, but that some of the players on the team are ready to get Nagy out of the building. Said that he lost a few of the players last year, but now it seems that the locker room is no longer standing behind him. And so it brings on the question. Well, two questions, honestly. First things first, is Matt Nagy going to be the first Chicago Bears head coach to get fired in season? And should he be? And I'll lay out, like, to me, like, it's not just the we should fire him just to fire him thing. And like when I look at it and I think about what is a good reason to get rid of a coach in season, like it's not just I'm sick of this guy, he's hurting the team, he's a blah blah. Because I think that at this point playoffs is out of the question.
Oh yeah,
you're 3-7. You're not going to make the playoffs. I think it's like a 2% chance. I think Pro Football Focus gave him. So your season's done there. So firing him at this point during the season, the only reason I see why. And let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. And J.Holt, you let me know how you feel as well.
Oh, I will.
Is to see what you have in the building currently. We've got like 17 quarterback coaches in the building that all were up for head coaching jobs at one point. You have Bill Lazor in the building. You have Chris Tabor, who's actually coached a game for you in the building. Like, to me, the end of this season needs to be, for Ryan Pace, like I said, the evaluation year. It needs to be that year where, okay, now we know, listen, Matt's probably not coming back at the end of the year. There's pretty much nothing he can do to come back at the end of this season. So what are you going to do with the players that are left, the players that don't want to be here, the players that you feel you need to keep, the players you need to feel that need to be under contract, the coaches you feel still need to be under contract? Does Sean Desai survive this thing? You know what I'm saying? Like to me, those are the questions that you need to ask. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if 1 year where your defense is falling apart is the year that I'm gonna judge him on with Sean Desai. But to me, like I look at the situation that Nagy is in, and I say the one reason for I've probably said just the Bears won't fire him in season. Like, he survived the 1 yard game. He survived basically getting Justin Fields hurt. To me, if you lose this Lions game, he should not be on the plane coming home. Because if he is, one, it tells your team that you're not worried about what they have going on, but also it tells your team that you don't believe that you have done anything right inside the building and that you're just going to clean slate it all. And I don't think you should do that. I think you should at least see if Tabor is something, or if some of the coaches, DeFilippo, whoever it is in the building, are something. What do you think, man?
So Mike Pettine is I think the only other coach that actually had head coaching experience. So I would maybe give him a shot. And then, yeah, Tabor if he's just for the rest of the season. But honestly, drafting Justin Fields is probably the best thing that ever happened to this organization, because now they have to make sure and do right by this guy. Yeah. So we're going to get a whole new offensive identity. It's a whole new team. It's not going to be defense first. Well, hopefully it's a balanced team attack.
To me, don't go looking for a guru, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't go looking for an offensive guru. Don't go looking for a defensive guru. Don't go looking for the guy that's going to fix the defensive one. Go look for the guy that is going to put your team in a position to be successful consistently.
Well, I think, like we talked about earlier, what we want is a coach or we need a structure. We need something that's put in where, just like we talk about Harbaugh, we talk about Belichick, we talk about Tomlin. Like, they're a respected coach that at least, now typically we've been hiring a lot of coaches that have no experience. And then, like the only head coach that we ever hired with head coaching experience was John Fox.
Yeah.
But at least he's a respected tenured coach that kind of understands, like, we had a shot because he knows what he's doing. We might need to do that. And then we have to get, if you can find the hot guys.
But this is my thing, right? The fired guys, the all loving fired heap, they're usually fired for a reason.
Well, yeah, I don't think John DeFilippo, for example, I don't think he's that great.
He was just a name that I'm saying that he's been in the maybe you keep him as a coordinator. Like, to me, it's not just about firing guys and just to get rid of them. Like, you might have something there. Like, maybe DeFilippo and Justin Fields have a good relationship, better than Laser, and he ends up working out being a better play caller in that situation. Or I'm just saying, at this point, Matt Nagy's basically gone. The reason to fire him in season would be to see what you have at all of these positions. I mean, honestly, if you get rid of Matt, say you put Tabor in there, maybe you find out that P. Kid's right the whole time. Bill Lazor is a good offensive coordinator, and Matt Nagy was the person that was holding him back in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Lazor was like average in Cincinnati, and I think
agreed.
To me, okay, a perfect example is our boy out in Tampa Bay, right?
Arians.
Bruce
Arians, yeah.
Right.
Should have been the Bears head coach, by the way.
Should have been, yes, thanks to Phil Emery.
Yeah.
Byron Leftwich.
How do you mess up so bad? We're such a joke of a franchise, bro. Not only did we send Bill Arians out, but we also sent out the GM from the Colts.
Yeah, Chris Ballard.
Ballard.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, anybody good? No.
Because it might be an ego thing where these guys know that they're the guy, and they may have the insecurity about who's really running the team,
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see this dude every time I'm the head coach. It starts with me. It's like, well,
that's true.
And now you've hung yourself. The buck stops right at you.
The best thing in the world is that he's got the McDonald's commercial. It's so good. It's like the year you get fired, it's like, hey, we want to add you to our team. Yeah, you're gonna be adding yourself to that team, dog. But like, do you think they should fire Nagy in season? Do you think that it makes more sense to fire Nagy in season than it does to just let him finish out the year and you clean everything out and start anew? Because let's be real, like, if you hire somebody from the outside, the side's probably gone.
They're going to get rid of everybody.
Laser's definitely gone. The side's probably gone. I think the side might have a case just because defense-wise, you tried to the first year, a lot of injuries, you lose Khalil Mack. Blah, blah, blah. But
they tried to fix the 2018 team.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's time to just get rid of them. So you're going to rebuild around Roquan, Jelly Smith on the defense, and Justin Fields. And you got two linemen, Tevin Jenkins.
Jalen Johnson.
What did I say?
Jalen Smith, I think.
Dang, yeah, Jalen Smith. Jalen Johnson. Him.
Yeah.
That guy. So the point is that those are your building blocks. Time to go. Yeah. Scrap everything. Whether you get what's our guy from that what Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson, they took the offense that they ran for Kaepernick and brought it over to Baltimore, and that dude is thriving. Yeah. So can we find a system that fits? But let's get a hierarchy that works. My point is, like, Arians brings in a system and have his guys work the system. Yeah. It's Belichick's system. Now, his best coordinator of offense is the current guy there now, the young dude. Went to Denver.
Yep.
And so Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. Yep.
But you have a system in place.
Nemesis.
Exactly right. Mike Tomlin. I mean, they're bringing in a culture, a system that works. We don't.
Well, that's why I say don't just go get an offensive guru.
Right.
You don't get somebody that is the best leader, not only of the men on the field, but of the men in the building.
Exactly.
Like Matt Nagy is like,
he was brought here to fix the 2018 offense.
4 years. Well, he was 2017. And the problem is, like, me and Kid were going through it, and Kid was like, Justin looks worse than Mitch did his rookie year. And I was like, that offense with Mitch was still putting up like 22 points a game. Like Matt Nagy's offense is one of the worst I've ever seen. Like that Bears offense with Trestman was still putting up like 26 points.
No, our defense stuck because what they did was they wanted to keep the 2012 team and the long in the tooth. Mel Tucker's just gonna slide right in.
Yeah.
No, they tried. So they fixed the offense, but the defense got old. It's like it's time to just start from scratch. Matt can go. I mean, he has to. He's done. But you
can take that contract. That's the tough part.
Well, you might have to cut him and eat it, but whatever. But the point is that the team is over. That 2018 team is done.
No, that's facts. And to me, like the thing they need to look at, and we want to know how you guys feel too, man. Let us know in the comments below. We'll be down there talking with you as well. Do you think that they should fire Matt Nagy in season? But like, what to me, like give a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it's like you said, they're trying to save what they messed up.
Yeah.
They're trying to save what in all honesty, I still believe one kick made the Bears can go to the Super Bowl that year. I still believe that. With that defense, I still believe that the Bears were a Super Bowl team that 2018 season.
Yeah, but they were the Philadelphia Eagles of that at that time.
Yes.
They got hot.
Yes, they got hot at the right time.
They got cold.
And one kicker messed it all up for them.
Well, but see, why did they keep blaming the kicker? You were terrible for all the other quarters of the game.
No,
your
agreed.
offense was terrible,
Agreed.
and you put it all on one guy.
Agreed.
To kick this kick. That's like the Buffalo Bills thing. Like
but it was a chip shot.
I'm just saying
the Bills one was like 55.
For the record, he hit the first one. They called the timeout, froze him, and hit it again, and he dunked it.
Hey, look.
I'm just saying.
Hey, listen. The first one don't count.
I'm saying, like,
the first one don't count. He hit the first one, so hit the second one.
But why was there also 11 men on the field for the defense? Like, it was a lot of factors of why they lost that game.
You're right. I'm not saying that Cody's the only reason they lost, but I fully believe that if they win that game versus Philly, they had the team that would have made a Super Bowl run.
I think the Saints would have got them. They don't have the offense to do it.
But you watch through the rest of that season, or watch through the rest of that playoffs, and it was just like, man, these games kind of suck. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like we could have made it.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Mitch could not read the defense. He would take a 3rd and 7.
Second years.
He would take the 3rd and 7 and make a 15-yard scramble.
Yeah.
And he take a 3rd and 15 because they want to throw a run, a drop dump off pass.
Yeah.
He'd run 20 yards. The next thing in the end zone, he gets a chip shot touchdown. That was our offense.
No facts. It also the defense was starting them off at the 2. But like
and he could beat him to the 20.
But he was also his second year in. Like I'm not tripping on Mitch not being amazing in that game.
That's why it worked. It worked because he could make plays with his feet. Then this dude coaches him out of his game.
Yeah.
Now he took away his athleticism, and now this dude's like he's not a pocket passing quarterback. He's kind of a run first quarterback. So scheme around this dude.
I'll say this: if anything, Bears fans feel good about this. Matt Nagy got Mitch out of here.
I like Mitch. He wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible.
Whose ceiling is higher though?
Well, I mean, now we have Justin Fields.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole different.
At a minimum,
But at the time.
Hey, look. I'm cool with not having Ryan Fitzpatrick as our ceiling for the next 10 years because we're gonna hold on to the guy. No. I'm very fine with having Justin and seeing what he becomes, a quarterback who could compete to get to a national championship. But I think that he should be gone in season, so that you can evaluate what you have here without like let's be real. When Tabor was in there, I feel like you saw the team playing more free.
Yeah, but they still lost.
They still lost, that for sure. They still lost, but I feel like you saw the Bill Lazor not having to deal with Matt Nagy's interference in it. I mean, even
saw an offense.
Even on this past Sunday, the game, I like that Nagy takes control in the one moment where he says, no, we're going for it on 4th down here. I don't like him. Like the fact that he hasn't communicated it before the game starts. Hey, we need to go for 2 if we get into these situations. Like those are things that a head coach does. So like, to me, not having him interfere in your game plan going into it, I think you'll see the players for who they are. You'll see, hey, listen, these guys are a better team than what we think. or they're better players, not a better team because they're not, but they're better players than what we think right now. And you'll be able to see that if Nagy's not a part of that. And even going into some of those coaches, like the worst thing you could do is they clean house, they fire Chris Tabor, somebody sees him and was like, nah, I like that. Then he gets hired and all of a sudden he's an amazing head coach.
Well, I guess it depends on what type of philosophy, what type of identity what you're going to bring in, what they have. I just feel like what you're doing is that these guys all represent this team that you are trying to salvage. And it's time. Justin Fields now brings in a whole new era.
Well, now it's not even a defensive team anymore to me.
No, it should be a balanced team.
Have to put everything into the offense.
It's going to be Seattle.
And try to build Roquan.
Well, it's just like Seattle. Yeah.
Let's see how many good guys we can get around Roquan.
Right. So Roquan is Bobby Wagner, right?
Yes.
You know, and so it's time to build around.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a more balanced team. We need to see Cole Kmet either needs to go because he's just not getting it done. It's like either we can see all the players and get them on the field. Who's going to work? Mooney, we can keep. Who was impressive was who was the receiver, the little receiver, the 5'9" receiver?
Marquise Goodwin.
Caught
the deep pass.
He caught the deep pass.
Caught that last touchdown.
So you got a slot guy. He got a couple slots.
Track speed.
Yeah, but I mean, at least he caught the ball.
Well, the problem that's the biggest problem even coming out of that game to me. It's like Baltimore's defense was first off awful. Second, they're the most susceptible to deep passes. And me and Kid kind of had that argument in the postgame show. It's like they're bad at it. You do what the other team's bad at.
Right. You attack their weaknesses. You don't attack their strengths. You go after the weak cornerback.
Hey, by the way, we also have two quarterbacks that can throw a deep ball. Like you do what the other team is bad at. So I want to know how you guys feel, man. Unfortunately, the Bears is a fiasco, and it will continue to be. But we do have the Bulls, and that's what we have.
Thank the Lord.
And that's all I'll say about that. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. We want to know you guys' opinion. Let us know in the comments below. Should Matt Nagy be fired in season and why? Not just because get this guy out of here, he sucks. I do agree with that as well. But not, like give me your reason why. Like, what is the logical reason that he should be gone? We'll be down there talking with you in the comments as well. As always, it is your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the producer, Mr. J.Holt. Hey, yo, Chicago. Y'all stay safe out there, man. To continue watching our Bears content, check the links here or check the links in the description below. Peace.